So reading straight from what ProShare Nigeria posted on its website over the Easter holiday weekend about the new Dangote index and Elumelu index. ProShare says the rationale for the index include the need to provide unique perspectives to market movements. So the two indices are what you call value-weighted Dangote index and value-weighted Tony index or Elumelu index, of course, which will be calculated and monitored daily along the same lines as the Dangote index. The two new indices were unveiled for two Nigerians who are neck deep in the marketplace. Aliko Dangote with 4 companies in the industrial sector of the market on one hand, and Tony Elumelu in the financial services industry, the UBA, the Africa Prudentials, Transcorp, which is a bit of a conglomerate, and of course, you have the United Capital. So this is the big story here around these two indices, which ProShare were trying to raise the curtain on these new indices. This is the first time in Nigeria's market history that the indices will be created for named again around individuals and of course the size. So this is understanding how the market goes. Let's talk to Victor Chazo, who's the head of research at FSL Securities. He's on the phone to us from downtown Lagos. Victor, good morning. It's good to have you on the program.
Thank you, Boston. Good to be here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate your time coming straight from the holiday and a very busy Tuesday for everyone. So what's your take on these two new indices, Dangote Index and Elumelu Index, created by ProShare Nigeria?
Well, I think it's a good one. It comes at a time where the market is in need of good ideas to drive activity. Adding to the number of indexes already on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, I think we have about 12 indexes which mirror different sectors, different areas of the market. I think this comes as a good addition. Though this is not coming from the NSE, this is coming from ProShare. So I think it's a good one. For Dangote and Elumelu, I think these are two individuals that have actually done well for themselves. If you talk about the world of business, I think it would be wrong to say that the name Dangote and the name Tony won't come to mind because they have actually become successful in this space. So I think this index is going to be good for fund managers who want to track activities in companies where Dangote is a major shareholder, or activities in the companies where Tony is a major shareholder. And for some people that don't want to do too much homework, just stick with those that already know how to do the business of business, likes of Dangote. Dangote Cement, the largest cap stock in the Nigerian Stock Exchange, as well NASCON, Dangote Flour, and Dangote Sugar. For Tony, it's 5 companies. I think they have done well. I think it's something that we can actually cheer about, especially for fund managers.
Well, you as you're a research person, so which means you as a head of research at FSL Securities, you sit down with your team all the time, crunch the numbers and look at it. There's no way you can ignore these companies. One, Dangote in the industrial sector and Tony Elumelu in the financial services industry. So you think this is okay? These are value weighted indices and they will be calculated on a daily basis. You think this is making your job easier?
Yes, definitely. Definitely, it makes your job easier, especially for those non-professionals that don't have the technique to actually calculate these indexes and actually mirror their performance of whatever they're doing. For those that want to just have a pull-up portfolio of companies that Dangote has a holding on or Tony has a holding on, I think it makes life easy for them. All they need to do is look at their position in terms of their overall portfolio performance and mirror it with what the ProShare is actually reporting on their website and on their platform. And that gives you a straight-on position as to where you are, if you're doing or if you need to rebalance your portfolio. And I think it's going to make life easier for fund managers both in and around the world to actually track investment in that space.
So when we talk about equity markets indices, and like you said, aside the Nigerian Stock Exchange has a number of its own, but we've seen a few from market institutions like Lotus, like Meristem, like Afrinvest recently, others looking into it. Do you think we should have more? Why are indices very important for research analysts like yourself, for investment advisors, and for investors who are just looking at the market? And do you think the indices help them get a very quick view of things instead of looking at a total of 230 companies and trying to flip through the stock pages of the newspapers?
Yeah, both. Having indices is actually good. It helps guide your investment pattern. It helps monitor your investment. But the truth is, unfortunately, our market is not big enough for the number of indices that we're beginning to churn out. Because the truth is that if you compare our market size to our GDP, a number of listed companies to the number of companies that should be on the Nigerian bourse, I think we still have a long way to go. So the thing is that once we widen our capacity to bring in more listed companies and actually expand our base, the need for more indexes would actually arise. But until that happens, you might begin to find out that most of the indexes you have are more or less a repetition of one or two other indexes already available in the market. So until we begin to attract more of these companies that are outside the Nigerian Stock Exchange and increase the size and make sure that either we go from 9-8% of our GDP to probably 20-30%. At that point, we might need more indexes to actually mirror the market, because at that point, it will be a top task for any analyst, for any team to actually monitor investment in over probably 300 or 400 listed entities that are actually active. But for now, I think if that doesn't happen, we might begin to see a repetition of most of the indexes actually repeating what one or two of their fellow colleagues are already having in the market.
Yes, Victor, I'm sure if we have MTN Nigeria, maybe Airtel or Glo, I'm sure you folks will rush to have what you call the telecoms index.
Definitely. we would love to see that happen. We would love to see that happen, that the market will smile too.
Yes, I'm already smiling because I know if you have MTN Nigeria in with about 2-3 trillion, perhaps more than that, size of coming into the market, everybody will want to have a telecoms index right away to track this important sector. Maybe that would be good for all other small ICT companies listed on the market. Thank you very much. Victor Chiazo, thank you very much. The head of research at FSL Securities, spending some of your time with us this morning via phone from downtown Lagos. One of the big stories today is the expected meeting of EFDB President, Nigerian born Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, scheduled to meet with President Muhammadu Buhari. Of course, Nigeria's and EFDB's history go a very long way to the beginning of this Pan-African DFI, which is based in Ivory Coast. President of the EFDB Group, Adesina, is expected to talk with President Buhari today on key areas of investment and cooperation with Nigeria in agriculture in particular and the energy sector. Those are two key areas, part of their discussions today. We're tracking that for you, our viewers here in Nigeria and around the world. And of course, Nigeria's junior oil minister is representing his boss, President Buhari, in Saudi Arabia till the end of the week. All that you have in the news. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. Let's get together tomorrow, Wednesday, and continue the conversation from here.